Hello, this is Mrs. Neubauer, and let's work on our penmanship. So, what ends everything? The letter G. Everything has a G at the end. Okay, so our lesson goal for lesson 22, we're almost there. We have a few lessons left, is to learn how to write with no top line. So we kind of already practiced this with our paper, but now you're not even going to have a line for a ceiling. So you're still going to have your baseline, bottom line, but no line at the top. So you're going to notice when you do your worksheets, there's a lot of worksheets that have this kind of option where you kind of fill in the blank, as they say. So I can show you on the whiteboard what I mean. So say you are trying to write red. So here's your line for your answer. You're just going to do what you've always been doing. You're going to start with your capital letter, and then you're going to look at the middle to start your next letter, and then look at the top to start your next letter. And remember, when you have your long senders, they also have to be as tall as your capital. The same thing if you just have a lowercase letter like owl. So just, sometimes there's a line at the top, sometimes there's not. You're just going to start writing your letter, and then the W is going to be the same height as your O each time, and then you're going to have to double it to create your L. So you just have to remember the basics of your letters, where the L is 2 lengths taller than your W. So it's all about still remembering your imaginary line running across, and then the middle imaginary line. So this time it's like writing with no ceiling, like outside, like you're writing outside. So you're just still writing your letters, you're keeping all the rules and stuff that we've covered. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to switch the camera over and we can practice. Okay, so hopefully you have a pen or pencil. You can use a pencil since this is more challenging in our advanced lessons. Here you have number 22, open line practice. First you can trace the number, symbols, and words on each line, and then try one next to it all on your own. So I brought back our numbers and some of our punctuation, basic punctuation. So we're going to work through different words throughout the page, and you only have one today. So awesome. I won't have 2 days worth of work like I've been giving you. Okay, so first thing is to try one, so you can practice tracing it and do the same thing on the line next to it. So usually with number 1, they usually put a period after it when you are labeling numbers. Sometimes people will use the number sign next to it too, it depends. Okay, so just like we've been practicing, we're using our wide rule this time. No more small, we're only going to do wide rule today. And you're using the letter next to it as the height, just like that imaginary dash line like we practiced. Okay, so like what I was saying, it's like writing outside. You don't have anything to reference. You don't want to make it too big because you see by the other ones, they're not that big. So so you have a capital letter on this one. Start your A, do the middle. Remember, that's your imaginary dash line, so that middle has your N. And then that top of your N starts your I, and your S. S is challenging, isn't it? Holy cow, we haven't done a lot of S's. Okay, well, I haven't done a lot of S's. You're hopefully practicing your S's. Okay, so we call it the open air. It's like the open sky. And that was our goal today, without the top line. Now, sometimes when you're doing your fill in the blank, it'll do kind of like line paper, but it's more of a space, like a ceiling. So the top one's more open than, it just depends. Sometimes you fill in the blank in the paragraph, sometimes you don't. Okay, let's see, what's another challenging one we can try? Let's try, don't need to go over all of them, but we can go over a few. Let's try this one. We'll try Uva Ursi. Okay, so basically I'm going to do, you know what, instead of doing capital, I'm going to do lowercase. And that's okay too. So lowercase u, And then the top of my U is going to help start the top of my V. A nice little space in between. The top of my V is going to help the top of my A. And my last letter stem, I'm going to do a little space and do another U. So it's kind of nice when they're all lowercase. And they all have that same line. Nice. Okay, so let's practice. Ooh, khaki looks kind of hard. I'm going to go down to khaki. So we have some colors in here, colors and numbers at the bottom. So let's try khaki. I'm going to try not the capital khaki, I'm going to do lowercase. But they both start off with that same initial one. Okay, so my H is going to have a little space, going to be as tall as my K. And where it starts down and it goes up to the middle, and now I can use that top of my H for my A. Another K, so I got to go up as tall as my K and H. And then this middle of my K is going to be the top of my I. So hopefully that's making sense. So you still kind of have a bigger ceiling, I guess, when you have open air. The hardest is going to be when it's all by itself. Okay, let's try one more together. Let's see. Trying to find one. Oh, they're not too bad. You know what? Let's just try cilantro over here because that's more open air. So I'm going to do a lowercase cilantro. C. So that's going to be my imaginary middle dash line. My I is going to be as top as my C. And my L has to be double this line. This gets a little challenging. Haven't had to do that one yet. My A is going to be the top of my I. My N goes to the top of my A. My T, I'm going to do my cross bar first and then do my vertical line down, my R, and my O. Okay. Cilantro. I love cilantro. Okay, so you're going to work through, you don't have to do them. You don't have to do them in order. You can go jump around and do ones you want first. Maybe do the hard ones first and then do the easy ones second. How about that? So that's what you're practicing today. I also have a blank sheet in case you have other words. Actually, I'm going to put different word lists for you if you want to try some without practicing. You can try apple. We'll do the number 1. Apple. So you can try maybe a word list, or if you want to try and find a word list, if you just do ABC word list of whatever you're interested in, usually people have a word list for you. You can try practicing A through Z and try practicing different words. Either way. Okay, so I have lots of practice. We're almost done. We have one more lesson left of our P is for print class. All right, well, you guys should definitely give yourselves a good props for working really hard on these last few advanced lessons. I feel like we accomplished our goal number 22 today, how to write with no line at the top. Continue to practice and finish up on your one sheet. If you want to try the second one, that's amazing. I'll add a list of ABC lists for you. Otherwise, you can find some on your own. Okay, so keep practicing and remember, progress over perfection.